Good afternoon, everybody. Good day. Welcome to Stream of Card Consciousness, where we talk all things sports cards, life, and whatever else comes across our mind. As always, I'm joined by my friend, my brother up in the Panhandle, Greg Smith. How you doing today, Greg?
Yo, 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 I'm doing really good. Mark, how you doing today, man?
Good, good. Ready to talk
Good,
some
good.
cards.
Heck yeah. We've been discussing a little bit what we're going to talk about. This should be a fun one. So I'll you want to launch into cards of the week? Or you want me
Yeah,
to? Yeah,
absolutely.
go ahead.
Got some cards of the week. Mine are short. Greg might have a few more than me this week. Um, so. Just the one thing as a topic we're going to be getting into. I have this the 68 liters card with three Hall of Famers on there. Very underrated card. McCovey, Santo, Billy Williams. Pretty cool card.
Heck yeah.
And then I got a Bob Gibson on there, banging card, pretty cool. 68 ERA leaders, Bob Gibson. So I like the leader cards a little bit because you get three players on there. Sadly, with the Gibson, it's Gibson, Bobby Bolin, and Bob Veal. But I do have a Bob Veal auto in a letter that he sent me. I wrote to him, and he seemed like a nice guy. And
Nice.
then
He was
my
one of
big
those guys.
one of the week.
He was kind of one of those guys that kind of flew under the radar. He was
Bob
always
Veal,
like one
yeah,
of the
Bob
blues
Veal's a good
cards.
player, man. Good
Yeah,
pitcher. Seems to
he's
be a
good.
good dude. I mean, I don't know him personally, but his penmanship is good, and he wrote me a nice letter back and the
Nice.
autograph and everything. So, and then the big one is the 1984
Yes.
USFL Jim Kelly rookie card. I wanted this card since about 1984. So I finally stepped up, pulled on my
Is
boots, went out
is
in
that the
the
first time you've
card
ever had that
wars.
card?
Huh?
Is that the first time you've ever had
Yeah,
that
it's the
card?
first one. So it's a PSA 7. I mean, it's a beauty card though. I'm not worried
Nice.
about again. Buy the card, not the grade. I'll be honest, once you get beyond a PSA 7, it's not really affordable. It makes no sense to pay what they want for this card, but I was
Right.
happy to get this. And now I have the Jim Kelly rookie card, and it's freaking amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And another point with the PSA 7, once you get past the 7, it's really hard to tell the difference between an 8, 9, and a 10.
Yeah.
So seven's like the sweet spot for me.
hmm
So that's beautiful, man. I'm so happy for you with that card. I'm surprised you've never had it before.
Just I don't know why.
One
I
of
just
those
never
things.
got it. And I wouldn't buy that one not graded because there are a lot of counterfeits of that because that was the era of counterfeiting that when that card came out. So
Yeah.
counterfeiting was pretty prevalent. And you could tell them because the color is off. It's a purple background, so the colors aren't quite right on the counterfeits.
Yeah.
But I was just waiting to get a graded one at a decent price, and that one seemed to hit it.
Nice, nice. Well, those are great, man, and I'm really happy for you with that, Kelly. That's very, very cool. So I've got a couple that I want to talk about. This one here, I got my Yaz cards. So
Right
this
on.
one's the one out of, I believe it's the one out of 800. It's all time greats, the historical autograph company. These are really very cool. I've never seen them before. When were these made, Mark? Do you
Uh,
know?
those they've been doing cards since like 2016. That is 2024 issue.
Okay,
So
okay,
they have a new one coming out. So that's like their newest, most latest. But they do everything. But from
yeah,
they have like space and crime and history and presidents and baseball. And it's a really great product.
they're very,
Really
very cool.
fascinating.
They're very
Yeah.
cool. And this one here's the one out of 150.
hmm
And I don't know if you can see the refraction that's happening, but it's really
hmm
quite amazing in hand.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's pretty neat. So, an SGC will grade those, you think?
Well, yeah. hmm
Right on. Okay, that's going to be my first submission. I'm announcing it here.
Right
That'll be
on.
my first submission to SGC. Also got this one from you, Mark. This is going to be a what I got from Mark this week. Uh, Cards of the week. So this is a Jan Stenerud Chrome certified autograph, and is it on card? No, it's a
Yeah.
sticker, but
Oh,
whatever. Anyway,
sticker. That sticker.
yeah, it's okay. It's Jan Stenerud. He's probably I don't know if he's the best kicker of all time, but he was the first kicker in the Hall of Fame.
He
I
changed the
think.
game, really.
Yeah, he did, and he's always all pro and just a great player. So I love that. That's in my. I've got about 30 autos now, so it's in my ever growing pile of autos. And then so I was just trolling Facebook one day, trolling along, and saw Mark put one in the low grade vintage site. So that one,
Eddie
58
Matthews,
Eddie
yeah.
Matthews, man. I love this card, and this also is going to get into something we're going to talk about here in a little while. This dude right here. So 58 Eddie Matthews, the price was right. I jumped, and then also one more that I got from Mark.
Holy
This
cow.
one here, yeah, this one here is also very cool. This is a
Ah,
1962
yeah.
Stan
Yeah.
Musial. So Stan the Man. So those are all PC. Um, I've been kind of going back and forth with some PC stuff, older stuff, and just kind of keeping more. And then I got these wacky cards, man. You sent me these just for no reason, which I really appreciate. But they're cool. They're Score a Treat, and it's I got a couple of them. I got a green Chop Robinson rookie with a bunch of Halloween jack o' lanterns on them. So Chop Robinson, he's an up and coming
Yeah, he
stud
had a
for
good
the
year, like 10
Dolphins.
sacks. Yeah,
Yeah.
good
Yeah,
play.
he did. His pass win rate, whatever that means, his
Mhm.
pass rush win rate was like in the top of the league. So I have a feeling you're going to be seeing good things from Chop, heaven forbid, or, barring any kind of injury, which knock on wood. And then I got an orange one too. So I've got a green and an orange Chop Robinson rookie card with
Yuki.
the Halloween on it, which is totally random, but it's very cool. And that goes in my Dolphins box. And then just two more real quick that you sent me. A Joe Montana Halloween card. So the Score or Treat 2024. And then a dude who was better elsewhere, but played for Miami for a couple
Ah,
years.
Frank, former Bill. Yep.
Yep. Yep. Former Bill, obviously former
I like
49ers.
that card though. That
Yeah, it
that guy's
is.
badass, man. That's a good
Yeah,
looking shot. Yeah, look at that. That's freaking cool, man. That's
it
like
is
football
cool.
right there. That said football. Yeah.
Right, right. And he actually had a couple of productive, I think it was two productive seasons for Miami. I mean, he still had some gas left in the tank a little bit. And
Yeah.
he by all accounts, he was like the clubhouse leader, and he was just really a grizzled vet. And for him to be able to come back from what he came back from at Miami, when he was in college with his injuries. I
Hmm.
mean, at one point they had Frank Gore, they had Clinton Portis, they had Willis McGahee in the
Yeah.
same backfield. That's
That's
probably
crazy.
yeah. If you ever get a chance, look up the 2001 Miami Hurricanes
Mhm.
roster. Whoa, it's
Yeah,
like a whole
McGahee was good up in Buffalo, man. I was
yeah.
sad when he moved on.
Yeah, he was good. He was good. So those are my cards of the week. I appreciate them, Mark. I did pay for some of them, so I appreciate that too.
Oh, always, man. That's what I
Yeah,
do. Everybody that gets cards from me, whether they're friend or first time, there's always extra cards in there. That's what I do. So it's part of my
yeah,
fun.
that's
Uh,
very appreciated. So those are
uh,
very cool, and I enjoyed looking at those Halloween cards too. Those are neat. So let's get into what we were going to talk about. With we've got a couple of things we want to cover today. And the first one, we were talking last week when with that Matthews when I bought it, just some second fiddle guys. Some guys who played on a team who were amazing in their own right, but were overshadowed by somebody bigger and better, and more luminary in the sky, I guess. So give me some thoughts on who you have on your list, Mark, of people you thought that were second fiddle guys, but still all time greats.
well, the one that always stands out to me, and I'm sure I've talked to Richard Kavorka about this a little bit, time to time, but I assigned him a baseball. Billy Williams, like Billy Williams and Ernie Banks. I don't understand why, like Billy Williams. He played almost his entire career with the Cubs, almost the same length of time. And Banks, you didn't move on. Williams went to the A's and moved on after that. But their statistics are nearly identical. Yet Ernie Banks is like revered as if he's not a top five, he's probably one of the top 10. As far as on the lexicon of baseball, he's not quite on the Mount Rushmore, but I can never understand why Billy Williams is almost never talked about or thought about when he has almost the exact same numbers and in some cases better than Ernie Banks. So thoughts on Billy Williams?
Well, Bill, yeah, I mean, I'm old, not old enough to remember Billy Williams playing, but by all accounts, Ernie Banks. I think maybe the reason for that, and this may be the reason for all the guys we talk about today, really is Banks started a little bit earlier than Billy did.
Mhm.
I think he had him by about 7 years. He'd already won an MVP. So Billy Williams had the unfortunate legacy of playing in Banks's shadow. Um, it's not always just when that happens. So, my thoughts on Billy, I didn't see him play, but I've heard he was great. You could make a case too for Ron Santo in the same
Yeah,
on the
right.
same team, really. So Billy Williams,
Well, they're on
one of
that
those,
card that I showed, so there they are, right?
right,
And you got
right,
another one, Willie McCovey, who was,
right.
you could say Willie McCovey, Willie Mays,
Oh yeah,
Orlando Cepeda. One time it's Cepeda, McCovey, and Mays, and Willie McCovey was a dynamite player. So
right. Now I was thinking about that the other day with Marichal on the mounds and
well,
Mike McCormick, guys like that, stars. Why didn't they win more? And I guess it was probably because the Yankees were in the way. But I mean, you had Mays, McCovey, Cepeda, Matty Alou was on the team for a while.
was
You got
there
some
manager Rigney, Bill Rigney,
Bill Rigney. I think he was for a
no, or
minute.
Alvin Dark?
Yeah, no, it was Alvin Dark.
Either or.
Rigney
I
was with
think
the
Rigney was there
Angels.
for Alvin Dark, but everything I've read about Rigney and Alvin Dark were that they were horrific managers. They were terrible. They were just a
Yeah,
nightmare. Every book from like Voices of the Game, they played the game. Jim Brosnan's book, they just butcher Rigney and Alvin Dark as
yeah.
being clueless morons.
Yeah.
So,
Well, there's nothing worse in a management position than somebody who's completely clueless that rules with an iron fist. And that's the worst combination you can have for a
right.
manager. And I've heard the same about Alvin Dark and about I haven't heard as much about Rigney, but I've
Yeah.
definitely heard that
And
with
players
Alvin.
don't say anything, right? Because they're like, they don't want to. But so if a player says something
Well,
negative, generally I
especially
put
back
more
then,
more value on that because they don't, especially back in that era in the 50s
right?
and 60s, you weren't talking. So
Right. Yeah, that was a big no-no to say anything about your manager
yeah,
back then. So, for the like you said, for them to speak out, that's definitely an indictment on their managing strategy or capabilities or whatever. So that's probably a big part of the reason why the Giants never really. I mean, they won. I think they won one, but they, with that lineup and with that pitching staff, they probably should have been in the World Series every year. So, I've got another one too. Obviously, Ed Matthews. I mean, you look at him, 512 home runs, I think, so over 500. Um, was there before Aaron. Just really kind of quietly did his job and hit a lot of home runs and was just always overshadowed, I think, by Mays and by Aaron and on his own team. And, so Ed Matthews, I think, doesn't get a lot of recognition. He had the most home runs by a third baseman until Schmidt came along. So, Ed Matthews is one that I think definitely was overshadowed. You could really kind of make a case for a lot of people really, and those are the most glaring ones to me. Um, there's just an endless list of them. So it was just an interesting thing I thought we were talking about yesterday, as far as you know, Mantle is a good example. You had Maris under him.
hmm
So just overshadowing a lot of it just had to do with the person's star power more than
right.
anything, I think. So,
We
you got any
we
others that
mentioned
you?
way back when on back in the dark era of when we first started about Tanana and Ryan when they were with the Angels, that
Yeah,
Tanana and Ryan got all the hype, but Tanana went out there before he hurt, and Tanana hurt his arm and he changed how he had to pitch. But, Tanana and Ryan Tanana had equal or better stats, but Ryan got all the publicity.
yeah. Well, chicks dig the strikeout, I think, is probably part of the deal. But if you look at Ryan's numbers, before he defied all logic and played until he was 46 and throwing no hitters in his
All
mid
right.
40s, he wasn't really universally thought of as a top tier. I mean, the strikeouts were one thing, but I mean, he walked 200 people a
500
year.
pitcher, yeah.
Yeah, until the mid to late 80s,
Yeah,
he
he turned
was
into John Wayne and Clint Eastwood and all that. You
right.
know what I mean? He became an American icon. He's a gunslinger. And
Yeah,
so, that's the
yeah,
thing with Ryan. I always loved Ryan when I was a kid. And he was,
me
he
too.
was on the Angels at the time. And, and continue to this day, just because, that's an American badass right there. Watch me
Right,
strut. You know
right.
what I'm saying?
The thing with Robin Ventura, didn't hurt either. I mean,
No, I
he
beat the
just
shit out of him. It was great. He went out there and
that was
Papa Ryan lumped him up but good. So,
right,
and
right.
that
And I
picture of him
just
on the mound, I got to get that card that's not a licensed card, but I know there's a card out there that's pretty cool with the blood on his uniform, and he's
mhm.
winding up, and I have to try to find that on eBay because that's awesome.
I'm surprised you've never sent a card into his foundation to get signed. You do it through the mail so much. Have you ever thought
Yeah,
about
I
that? It's pretty
should. I
cheap.
should. It's not expensive. I think it's only $75 or $80. So I'll have to send one.
Yeah.
I love Nolan Ryan, so he's
Yeah.
right up there. He's on my Mount Rushmore. So I love
Oh
Nolan.
yeah. Yeah. For longevity and for just
Hmm.
being like you said, an American badass. He's
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean,
people
he's like
people who were lucky enough to see him actually play, they know what was up with Nolan
dude,
Ryan.
what an amazing time, and come at us all you want. I mean, but this isn't a political thing, and whatever. I don't really care how you roll. What a great time, man! Like to be alive, like to be like informative and growing up years with Reagan at the Brandenburg Gates, and you had dudes like Nolan Ryan and Joe Montana and
Hmm.
freaking Jordan Bird and Magic and
Oh
holy
yeah.
crap, man. So that's what I'm talking about with Ryan, I mean, American badass. Like, there's more badass than Reagan going over to freaking Berlin, standing there at the gate of communism and saying, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down his wall. And he freaking did,
Right.
So, I
Yeah.
mean, look, I got
He did.
goosebumps. Every year I play that in my room. My kids, we know how where I teach, and they're not exactly like tuned in or give a crap about what's going on. They love it, man. They like sit there just like that's 12 minutes. That's like the tour de force. I know I've mentioned on here before, but I don't care how you roll, man. If Reagan at the Brandenburg Gates don't move you, then you don't have a pulse. So that's that
Right.
time frame is amazing.
Yeah, it really was a great time to grow up and not like you said, come at us if you want, and we're a couple of old curmudgeons or whatever, older. But yeah, it really was. I mean, it just everything was a little bit more slow, I guess, and you had time to relish the moment a little bit more, I
Yeah,
think. And I don't think that kids nowadays, younger people nowadays, get that chance to just kind of soak things in.
yeah.
Everything's moving
There's
so fast.
leadership.
Yeah.
When Reagan got shot, he was checking out. He knew it was important to walk in that hospital. He's waving at the camera. He's got Nancy on his arm. He's got
He's
three in
got
the
his jar of
freaking. He
jelly
got you're right.
beans.
He's dying. He's freaking like dying. He went, hey, hey, walking down the hallway. That's burned in my brain,
Right,
man.
right.
With
I remember that.
Nancy and everything's cool. Gets in the room, boom, collapsed.
Yeah,
They save his life. But I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Again, goosebumps. Like, what is going on? Like, I mean, again, I don't care. Democrat, but whatever. It doesn't matter to me. None of that matters to me. Opinions are opinions. They're never wrong. But my
right.
God, that's leadership, man. The guy's got three bullets stuck in him, and it's like, that's another day.
Give me some more jelly beans.
Yeah, even some jelly beans. Where's Nancy? So
That
good
was the
times. Well, I
same
didn't mean to
man.
get on a tangent, but it just
Right.
kind of led me. We started talking about Nolan Ryan and lumping up Robin Ventura and kicking his ass, and that just was awesome.
Yeah. That was something, man. So yeah, I mean, we could really kind of deep dive into that, but let's move on to what we want to talk about next. There's a laundry list in all sports of people, Jordan and Pippen. I mean, really, you look at it, stuff like that. So there's always a second fiddle.
Sure.
Team sports require stars, more than one usually, to be successful. So you know, there's going to be an alpha dog and there's going to be a beta in a lot
Yeah.
of teams.
The
So
last one on that subject for me, I mean, look at hockey with the Oilers when Gretzky was up there. Holy cow, that team was freaking loaded. You have Messier,
loaded.
Glenn Anderson, Yari Curry, Grant Fuhr. All he talked about was Gretzky.
Right. Right. I remember looking at I didn't really follow hockey back in the mid 80s, early mid 80s, but I remember Gretzky was a big deal and just looking at the box scores, or the I mean those other guys were scoring a lot of goals too cuz he had like
Oh, yeah.
210 assists one year. So he had like 150 assists one year. So I mean those other guys were scoring a ton of goals. So but yeah, Gretzky would overshadow almost anybody in that sport. So Yeah,
Yeah, I was lucky to
that's a good
see him play,
example.
you know, in his prime. I was there the night he broke the goal scoring record in Buffalo. When a single season record, he did that in Buffalo,
Yeah,
and that was pretty cool.
Ovechkin's about to beat that though, isn't he?
Yeah, for
Yeah,
the all time. I hope he
yeah.
does it. You know, he'll probably do it against Buffalo too. Everybody does everything against Buffalo, but good
The
times. Well,
Sabres.
it's 14 years, dude. That many playoffs. So yeah, it was cool. I got to
Wow,
see Gretzky. Yeah, I got
and
to see Gretzky break the
that's
record.
hard to do in hockey, man. Not
It's
make the
all. It's
playoffs.
impossible. It's just. It's. Oh my God, they need to
Have
run
the
everybody
Sabres
out of
ever
there.
won a cup?
Well, they haven't won a couple. They haven't been to playoffs in 14 years, which is ridiculous. So I mean,
Oh man,
it's not rocket science to fix a team. You know,
you
I'm just a
guys need a you
simple.
guys need a title in Buffalo, man. You
Yeah.
guys
Well,
need
I
a
thought this was the
championship.
year. I really did. I thought the stars were aligned, but going into the season was next this coming season. I figured was the year, but then the way the year played out, I'm, oh boy, here we go, and it just didn't work out. But if they don't
Yeah,
win it this year, then they're never going to win.
yeah, you
The
might be
Bills are
right.
never. We're never going to win a Super Bowl. If it doesn't happen this year, it's just never going to happen. It's just never going to
Yeah,
happen. It's not. It won't. I mean, there's no way you can have Josh Allen for 8, 9, 10 years and not win a Super Bowl.
yeah, that's crazy.
It's just
Yeah,
never gonna happen. We had Jim Kelly, right? Jim Kelly, here we go, right? My car of the week, Jim Kelly. We had him all them years, 10 years. And again, I don't want to hear nothing about losing four Super Bowl. This guy was an American badass. This is like,
yeah,
crank it up again. Like, no, this Jim Kelly's an American badass. So that's why I love him because he's a man. Trust me, I spent a lot of time with Jim. I've known him. We're friends. It's a story for another day. That's my relationship with Jim Kelly is our relationship. But I'm telling you right now, and my kids will tell you, this guy's a badass. So
yeah,
again,
yeah. He
if
he
we don't
he
win,
went
we ain't never gonna win because we had the badass and we got the freaking unicorn, Josh Allen. And if you can't win, then it ain't gonna happen.
right, right. I think it comes down to coaching. You and I've talked a lot about that, but
Yeah, that guy.
again,
Um,
story for another day, man.
Story for another day.
Trust me, I'm having my own issues with how I feel about my team.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But all right, so you got a bone to pick. What's going on?
Well, I was really jacked
Are
up,
you ready to
so
talk about that?
yeah, I could talk about I could talk about it now. I'm past that devastation point. So there's a sale. Jason Shapiro has a sale on one of the pages. Who knows? He's on 900 of them, and so it's like 18 hours. Okay, and I'm like, oh my God, there's a bunch of cheaper cards and everything. And I see a 1953 Bowman color Luke Easter, which is like that's one of my unicorn bucket list. I buy it. I don't care if it's unless it's been set on fire, I'm gonna buy it. I don't care if it's in a wad or if it's, mint. And it was $5. I'm like, oh my God. And I looked at it and it was like pretty damn good. I sent Greg a picture. So I'm all geeked up. This thing had made it 18 hours out in the wild. That never happens. It's $5. Anybody that knows anything about Luke Easter and those cards knows that that's minimally 20, $25 in that condition and probably more like 40 or 50, which whatever. I would have paid 20, $25. If you had that card up there, I'd have paid 20, $25 for it. But hey, $5, cool. It's not like I'm taking $1 Laughlin Black Stars like that one dude that we banished. That I would
Yeah,
never do. That's not cool. But
yeah,
$5. So anyways, I claimed the card. I'm all fired up. Oh my God, Greg, this is a
yeah.
miracle.
You
You're
were
not
real
gonna believe what
excited.
happened. This is the best day of my life. And I caught myself trying not to drop F-bombs. So it's the best day of my effing life. Oh, this is great. Get a message back. Hey, the card's sold.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, to me. No, 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 no. Somebody else claimed it in another cell. So, anyways, what this guy did, Shapiro, Jason Shapiro, I'm outing you. So what he did is he took all the cards, he took that sale, so that sale was then, and then like 14 hours later he started another sale, and he took the cards from that sale that didn't sell and put it in the new sale, but he didn't turn off the old sale. You follow me, people? I
right,
know this is confusing. This is convoluted. So sale A is still alive, but he took cards from sale A to sale B, but he didn't close sale A. So then Mark comes along and sailing through because you know how you don't know. You just see a sale and it's like, oh, it was 18 hours ago and it doesn't say it's
right.
closed. It doesn't say it's over. And holy shit, there's wow, $5 Luke Easter. This is the best. No.
Yeah,
So, anyways, people that you do sales, word of advice. I had a sale yesterday. Not the best sale. I didn't really rock and roll. Full disclosure, Mr. Mark kind of had his shitty sale. All good because I'm gonna get rid of the cards on another page, right? But you know what I did? I stopped my shitty sale. Okay. Done, people, over. I'm going to Buffalo tonight. Game over. Got to get it done. That's it. Sale's over. So like nobody's gonna come in there. I turned off the comments. So if somebody saw a card that they wanted, then now I Jason Shapiro, I have sale B going. But guess what? Jason sale A is stopped. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you, Jason Shapiro? That's all. So
Yeah, I've done business with him. He usually does a pretty good business, and I think he sometimes just gets himself overextended because he's posting the same things in so many groups. We've required people now to put cross posted. It's really not a courteous way to sell, in my opinion, because you're 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 listing the same things in 7 different groups, and you get excited like you did with this Luke Easter,
yeah.
and it's sorry, it's sold in Group B, But
No, I
then
just claimed you didn't tell me. I figured it out. I just said, "Ah, whatever." I saw it in your other whatever cell, whatever. And I was
right.
thinking, whatever, bro. You're just stupid because I would have paid $20 for that card.
Well, I think if you yeah, exactly. I think if you're gonna list your cards in a bunch of different groups, which a lot of people do, and it's a pretty common practice, you need to one be on top of it, two understand that you make it way, way, way up front that this is cross posted, which I think he
Right,
usually does. But yeah, it shouldn't. If you're gonna run that type of operation, you should
right.
really not let stuff slip
But it
through the
might have
cracks.
said cross posted, but it was the same freaking page, right? I showed you.
Right,
I sent you the
right, yeah,
screenshot. So
yeah.
people think
This was
I'm
different.
crazy.
This seems no.
No,
This
I
seems
have
like he
it. So
forgot.
again, people, so this could turn into something because I outed somebody. I'm gonna back my ass up here with what I'm saying because this guy, if he wants to come at me, then is gonna claim something, and I have the screenshot of how this was. So you know that
Okay.
that's crazy. So here
Oh,
we go.
I'm on your
Right,
side, man.
people? It's it. That's it right there. Screenshot from cell A, 22 hours, okay? Now we're gonna go back and that's on the same page. And then here it is at 5 hours. So 17-hour time frame, same page, same page. All right. So
Yep.
again,
Yeah.
get it together. So don't come at
Right.
me.
Right.
We'll go all day.
Bottom bottom line, you're absolutely right. Get it together. Get it together.
All right.
If you're gonna run an operation on numerous different groups, you need to have your act together. So I get it. I fully support you, man. I just
Oh,
I
you
you
do?
know I I've had that happen to me personally too, where I've claimed something like, oh, sorry, sold on X, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, okay,
Frost
well,
me. Guess and the bottom line is, and I'll be honest, hey people, go check out his sales. He's got some fire, man. So,
yeah,
all fairness, that's what I am. I'm a fair guy, so I just railed on the dude. So I'm also going to tell you the guy's got great cards at a great price, and I'm sure he does wonderful, and I'm sure he's a great human being, and cares about the plight of humanity. So God bless. Go check him out, Jason Shapiro. Buy his cards; they're amazing.
yeah, I yeah, I don't know. It hits me wrong too. I don't like the cross posted thing. I
No,
don't
I
like
hate
it.
it.
Yeah.
Well, I understand that it's the same page.
Yeah, that's
Like,
the difference. That's the difference. It is the
shut
same
down
page.
cell A. You
Yeah,
start in cell B.
right.
It's the same freaking page.
Yeah, if it's the same page, there's
And,
really no excuse.
right. And
There's
I didn't
really no.
hit newest first. It popped up and I seen it. And then I didn't, what am I supposed to do? Look all over for all the 9,000 sales the guy's got going on? So how
Yeah,
are you gonna, it doesn't extract any confidence that, I'm gonna buy. Why would I
get
want to deal with that?
right. That you're actually going to get what you claim. Yeah,
And
that's
then the
no.
other thing, not to be nice, the other thing, okay, if I buy a card from you in a sale, do not insta freaking invoice me. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, I claim a card in a sale yesterday, a 1961 Cookie Gilchrist CFL card, which I have one already. Now I have two. And they're really, kind of rare. And it was a good price. And it was a
That was an
great card.
awesome
And I'm
card.
like, it's a freaking bomb. This card's the bomb. It's amazing. And no sooner had I pressed claim, CLAIM. I spelled, yeah, I'm a teacher. CLAIM. Boom. Hey, man, thanks for claiming this is what you owe. And I'm like, bro. What the what the F, man? Like, are you kidding me? Like, I just like hit send. Like, give it some
Yeah,
time. And again, full disclosure, if you are a car, if you're selling and you want to know how we roll and do things and have good, and generally, other than my crappy sale yesterday, because full disclosure, I didn't do well, whatever, it happens. People don't get up on your folks. Give them some time to breathe. Because I only do this infrequently, I'll let it roll into the night, like, give it like 10, 12 hours and the next morning.
Sure.
Because I was thinking about buying a Hank Aaron card in that sale. I'm like, F this guy, man. He just rolled up on me like in 10 seconds. I'm not buying anything from all Jesus, I hope I get this card. So it
Right.
shows desperation or amateurism on your
Yeah.
part. So
Well,
like if I buy a card and the guy's like, gimme, 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 it's like, what the hell, man? You on a street corner somewhere trying to
I
cash app your freaking crack dealer or some shit? I mean, what the F is going
that
on?
was my
Right?
that was
Are you
my
not?
first
Give me, give me,
response
give
to
me, give
you
me, give me.
too.
I need the money, need the money, need the money. Because what? So am I? It doesn't really breed
Yeah.
confidence. If I press, hit there, claim that's my card, unless it's the Luke Easter, then it's not mine. And then 10 seconds later, I get, hey man, you owe me this. It's like, okay, easy, put down your pipe.
Right. Yeah, that was my first response to you. I was like, either he's really new at this or he needs a fix. Because it was like,
Dang,
wow.
I'm rolling. I
Yeah.
haven't been wound up in a long time, but
Well,
this is old
I've got a
school. This is old school stream of consciousness. We've been too
right.
touchy feely. Mark's been crying. Oh, dudes, I love humanity. Oh, yeah,
I've got
not
a couple
today. Not
Jesus, I've got a
today.
couple things I want to say.
Here's today.
Um,
Perhaps
yeah,
I'm a little wound up because I got to do some stuff this week. I really don't want to. So I'm a little edgy. I'm a little gnarly. So
it's
whatever.
all right. You
That's all effing good.
you're getting yourself mentally
Okay.
prepared for what you're going to do, man.
I
So
don't care.
yeah.
We're not.
If you're gonna sell cards semi regularly, my bone to pick this week is first if it's $1 or more. My rule of thumb: if I sell a card that's $1 or more, I'm gonna put it in a sleeve. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So I bought three $10 cards in a sale.
Mm.
Um, no sleeve. It was a 1975 Ryan, a 1975 Reggie Jackson. It was really nice, and a 1977 Steve Largent rookie card.
Oh,
None of them were sleeved.
oh my God.
Um, what? What are you doing? Come on, man. Okay, I'm not going to name this guy. I probably will if this next batch comes unsleeved because I bought again from him. But one, put sleeves in. Two, give people tracking. Act like you care about your customers. Having to ask you 3 or 4 times for tracking, and you keep insisting it's in PayPal and it's not. Josh Wickersam, I don't think still has gotten tracking from this guy. So don't do that. Don't do that. Have some respect and some courtesy for your customers. If you're going to take the time to list cars to sell them, take the time to pack them and ship them right,
Hmm.
or else don't do it. So,
No.
you know, we're
You
we're in
showed
the
me them pictures, and I was like, "Oh my God, that was terrible." And
right.
I had got some that too that were not sleeves, so we both received cards. And mine were modern; they were Buffalo Bills cards, and but still, didn't. They were in a team bag, but they didn't have any penny sleeves on them.
Well, yeah, mine were in a team bag, but no sleeves. I mean, if I'm selling a $10 card to someone,
Oh, yours are definitely, yeah.
I'm
We
putting it in a
sleeve
top
everything. I
loader.
sleeve everything, dude. I have never sent cards out other than those massive like 300 card lots or whatever.
Right.
So I'm not going to penny sleeve 300 cards I just sold for $25, but
No.
I've never not sold a card in a sale, even if it's a quarter.
Right.
You're right. I mean,
Well, this
every card.
in this return address on this when this guy sent it was from like a hobby shop.
Yeah.
So it's like he's not an amateur. It doesn't seem like,
Mhm.
but that was amateur packaging, and you've got to do better, people, when you're selling
Then with
cards.
tracking, here's another little secret. Well, I'm giving away the peek behind the door. So if somebody pays me and I'm at school, you know what I do? I go on pirate ship on my telephone and I screenshot them. Hey, here's
Right.
your and then here's your you can do that. You know what I mean, people?
Yeah,
So like they'll
that's what I
tell me,
do.
well, I'm not home or I'm out of town or I'm this or I'm that or I'm you can have the courtesy. You'd say, look, I'm out of town for a day, but here I just paid, I paid. Here's your label. When I get back, it's gone,
Right.
or if it's just that same day. So anytime somebody pays me, bang, they're
Yeah.
getting. it like bang. I don't mess around. You pay me, and people to watch a show that buy cards and stuff for me. No, you pay me. You're getting not always, but within a half an hour, you're gonna get the here's your label. And if
Right.
it's plain white, if it's an envelope, I might have to wait till I get home because I use the brown envelopes, not the shitty white ones. So I take it. And then another thing, people, when I envelope send cards. I don't just, it's in the mail. No, I take a picture of the envelope and
Yeah.
that, hey, this is your envelope that's coming to you. Now, there's no guarantee it's going to get to you, but at least you know that I did it. So,
Right. And I think this whole issue speaks to just a level of respect that people don't have nowadays for other people. And if you're gonna make the effort to do this and to quote unquote run a small card business,
right.
you need to do a better job. Just across the board, you need to do a better job. You need to
And
you need to
part of it is when they don't get what they were looking for. I don't give a shit,
Well, it was
whatever.
a
That's
claim
it.
sale. It was a
You
claim
know?
sale. He asked the prices.
But
So
like with my sale yesterday, it didn't go my way, but whatever. I'm not gonna take it out on the people that did buy cards.
right,
I think you
right.
look at the totality of it, like I only made this many sales, or maybe they
I
just
could
don't give a shit.
Yeah, I could not believe when I opened that
I would
package and
never, I
all
would
this
not. Those cards would have all been the top loaders too, man.
right. That's what I said a minute ago.
Mm-mm.
If I'm selling
How
a
could a
$5
Largent
card,
rookie not be a top loader? How could
I don't know.
I don't know.
Good question. It wasn't a sleeve. I couldn't believe it. I was so mad.
Yeah.
I don't get
My rule of
mad here.
thumb: everything that's over $2 goes in a top loader. If it's
Yeah,
if it's every card, and that's my, I'm not, James Beckett. Yeah, but if it's a couple, if you paid, but again, if you paid more than $2 for a card in my sale, it goes in a top loader,
right.
and every card gets penny sleeved. And I don't want to hear it. What's a top loader cost? Like, well, it doesn't cost anything because I just got like all these freaking top loaders in this mountain of cards that I got that didn't do
Oh yeah,
crap.
I don't remember the
So, but
last
what's a
time I
penny
bought
sleeve? A
top
penny
loaders.
sleeve's a penny, right? So a penny, and then what's a top loader? A nickel or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
what's top
I
loader
don't remember
cost.
the last time I bought top loaders. I've got
So,
so many top loaders.
so for like a dime, you can do the right thing, people.
Right,
So
right. Well, that's my rant for the week. I
that's
was
some good
flabbergasted.
rants. I'm
Yeah, I was
fired up.
to use in British term, I was gobsmacked.
Bring in the energy.
Right,
What's
right.
that Kelly Reed show? Hey, people, if you watch us, check out Kelly Reed show. Card Blitz Weekly, Blitz Card Week, Card Blitz Weekly, right?
Hard blitz. Yeah,
Yeah, Card Blitz. Check them out. They're down in Texas. They're trying hard again. And I say this, and I'll keep saying this. We here, we'll support anybody that's part of it, and check him out and him and his partner. I don't know his partner's name. I know Kelly's name, but
Patrick.
his partner eludes me. But they're trying, and watch their show. Check it out. We're lucky. We're blessed. Somehow, I don't know. We had like almost 3,000 people watch the show last week. I don't
Yeah,
know how that beats me because sometimes we had like, the lost episode about the Canada thing. It was like 80 viewers. So I get it,
right,
so we're lucky, we're consistent. People seem to dig what we do. So check them out and, send them some tips, suggestions, things you want to have them talk about, things you want to see, things that you'd like them to cover. And I'm sure they will because that's the bottom line. And with anything, if you feel engaged in a part of it, you're going to want to be a part of it, right? Like with
right.
us. Hey, we're open. We'll have anybody on. People ask us, we'll talk about whatever. So, that's the bottom line. So check them guys out. That's my shout out. I'm gonna keep trying to help Kelly out with this show.
Right, right. And hey, guys, if you have anything to say about our show too, we could use some comments and some likes and some. I'm gonna be that guy right now. Give us a
Yeah,
subscribe.
definitely.
Give us some comments. Comment. Let's get some banter going. That's what drives the algorithm on YouTube. So help us out a
Yeah.
little bit.
Definitely.
So
Don't just watch it, and that it's weird. I look at some of the other card. It's a weird phenomenon with card shows because there's not a lot of comments. I watch a lot of like music videos and history stuff, and it's like comment city. Seems
right,
like with sports cards, there's not people are more like watching and then moving on, and
yeah,
because I know even myself, like I love The Past is Alive, John Jabs. I love that guy's show. I never a commenter like this, but I watch it every week.
right,
So I'll have
right.
to try to start like saying, "Hey, I love it, John," or hit the like button.
Yeah, something. But
Yeah.
anyway, we appreciate everybody. You have anything else you want to say today, Mark?
No, good. Everybody love everybody. I'm off this week. I'm going up to Buffalo to tend some things. Not really looking forward to the Buffalo weather, but it's always good to get back to Buffalo and see friends and family in Buffalo.
Right, right. Well, be safe and have a good trip, and hope everything goes
All
okay.
right, everybody. Everybody have a good week. We'll see you next week. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.